Welcome back to the channel, everyone. This is Crypto Takeover coming back again with another video again for y'all. We're going over the Bitcoin charts today. If y'all are brand new to this channel, please like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that way y'all can be updated every single video. And we're going to take a look at what Bitcoin has in store for us this evening. We had a nice little run up to about 6.9K when we had a downfall from 7.3 or 7.1 actually. So I still am on somewhat of a predicament that maybe we topped out already at that 7.5K area. We could just be ranging sideways here for a while longer, to be honest. But we're going to go over the charts to see what they might be telling us and then go from there. So if that sounds interesting to y'all, please like, comment, subscribe, and let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so going over the 15-minute chart, we can see that we're currently fighting with our VWAP again. Our daily open, we had that move back up to our pivot high, which is at about 6.9K. And then we've recently just kind of trickled down from there, putting in our pivot low at 6.7K. And now we're kind of testing the VWAP as resistance or support. It looks like we kind of lost the momentum with the fighting between our 13 EMA, and we are looking like we actually want to signify the death cross that will happen here. So our 15-minute time frame may be kind of moving to the downside just a tad bit. Our money flow is also kind of curling off, as you can see. Moving into our 30-minute time frame. We do have a buy signal that has signal here, but we also have a red dot being put in. Money flows also kind of seem like it wants to top out, kind of making its way a little bit more to the downside. As we move to some of our higher time frames, that will take precedent over what we could anticipate for our money flow action happening. Going into our 45-minute also looks like our EMAs did want to kind of test each other and cross maybe, but couldn't quite get enough momentum up there. Our 45 minutes also kind of showing that money flow is a little overbought. We are putting in a red dot here, indicating that we could get a little bit more of some downside action, maybe back to that pivot low at 6,700, and then see what market wants to do from there. So let's go into our 1 hour time frame. Whoa. Okay, not sure how an ant got in here, but okay. Our 1 hour time frame is showing us that we do have a sell signal here. Our money flow is kind of trickling off just a tad bit too, maybe kind of topping out. I'm not 100% sure just yet, but our blue wave is kind of moving off to the side, as you can see. And so let's see. Not sure where that guy went, but oh well. We're just going to keep recording. And so as you can see here, our 13 EMA is also kind of trickling below that. As you can see, maybe testing it as resistance right now. Whether or not we can get back through that, that's yet to be determined. But based on some of our hard time frames, we might be able to see where our money flow might be in support of as we go later on into the evening. So currently still sitting at about 6,800. I was actually up whenever we whenever we tested that pivot high at about 6.9K, but we didn't quite get back to 7K, and that's a good indication that it does seem like the bulls are kind of losing a little bit of momentum right now. I mean, ever since we touched the 7 point, hold on just 1 second, let me get that. Okay, not sure where all of these. Okay, interesting. Anyways, okay, let's continue on. We're at our 2 hour time frame, and we can see that money flow is starting to move from that red to the green area, indicating that hey, maybe we could see another nice little spike to the top side here, possibly maybe trying to push us back up to that 7K area. But ever since we topped out at 7.5K and we couldn't break this resistance line, I've been really kind of skeptical about whether or not we're going to be able to have the momentum and volume to push us through that key area or that key trend line support. Whether or not we come back up and test it, that's a good question. 7.1 maybe, or 7,100 would probably be our next possible resistance touch there. But if bulls cannot get us back up into that area, then I would imagine that we'll probably see some more sideways action, if not some lower trickling down too. So I'm not trying to be too bullish or bearish right now. I think that market is still trying to decide what exactly it wants to do. So right now, as in my group, kind of just waiting on the sidelines. I have implemented the bot for my trading group though, so super excited to have shown them that. Y'all can still sign up for 35% off for April. So I encourage y'all to at least get signed up for the month of April, so that way this will be your locked in price. Once you get signed up, make sure that you message me inside of the Patreon page. Message me your Discord name, so that way I know how to give you access, or I know what name to give you access to inside of the Discord server. Because the Discord server is public, and whenever you join the Discord server, you need to actually familiarize yourself with the community rules and guidelines, and then there's a little checkbox that you click, and that activates your access to the server. But if you are a paid for member, there's extra channels inside the server that I will give you access to once you join. So I need to know what your Discord name is, and if you sign up for our membership, you can message me your Discord name, and then I can give you access to it. If you just want to sign up for the free newsletter, there is a free newsletter, second link down in the description box. I would encourage y'all to get signed up for it. I'm going to probably send out another email again later this week, if not next week. But and what I basically like to share is some private videos that I give my Patreon members. So I have a few private videos in here, mostly private videos in here that I like to share with the group. But I plan to give y'all one of those private videos that I have in there. So if you haven't yet, get signed up for the newsletter. Keep an eye out. I do giveaways every once in a while too. So in order to qualify for those, you need to be signed up for the newsletter. Check out the Telegram channel as well, to stay up to date with what's going on with Crypto Takeover. As we move into our 4 hour. I was also going to say here, it looks like we're trying to get a squeeze between our two key EMAs here as well. So that will be an interesting topic too. Once that happens, we did get the squeeze to the downside here, it looks like, on our 1 hour. I was still awake whenever these were trending inside the EMAs, and it does look like it has wanted to break below our key EMA there. So we're probably going to wait for a squeeze here to see what direction it wants to break on our 2 hour. As we move into our 4 hour time frame, with no sell signal yet on our 2 hour, but we found them all the way up until our 1 hour. 45 minute has already, or this our 4 hour has already had its sell signal back off when we dumped from the 7.2k area, or it's about 7.2k, 7,200. And then we had the nice little blood diamond indicating that there was going to be a sell-off. So now we are putting in another red dot here, as you can see, also on our 4 hour, but a lot of bullish divergence happening. So we just need to keep that in our awareness to know that there is some bullish divergence happening, and that could send the price maybe a little bit higher. So we'll have to keep an eye on that and see. We're still not completely oversold in our RSIs just yet. We are kind of trending towards that area, but we are not quite there just yet. So once these get below 30, I would say that that's a good indication that we'll have some more downwards potential, or we could be in a bottoming out pattern. We can also see here on our 4 hour that we are getting somewhat of a death cross. So that is to be a good indication of last time we had some of these death crosses, that we had a little bit of a sell-off there too. Going into our 6 hour. 6 hour is also a little bit of, as you can see, we're starting to somewhat kind of round off here, but maybe just rounding off to maybe send us a little bit higher, maybe try and retest this this trend line resistance here in a little bit later of a date. So you can also see that we're also maybe getting a somewhat of a bearish cross here too as well. Our last signal was a buy, so we might have to wait to see what's going to happen here, whether or not that buy signal will fulfill itself and maybe project a little bit higher. But just a lot of choppiness on some of these higher time frames, especially our 6 hour money flow not really knowing what it wants to do. It's been back and forth, maybe looking for a upwards potential, but we haven't yet to put in another big green dot in this whole trajectory as well. I would say that if we get another solid sell, that would probably indicate another big green dot, and that might be a good potential for that might be a temporary bottom for us in this little movement that we've had to the upside since our sell off to that 6,800 or that 3,800 level area. And then as we move into our 8 hour has already had its death cross too here as well. When we had, after we've had that spike up to that 7,500 area. So now we're going to have to take a look and see in our 8 hour. I mean, ever since we've had this sell off here and we flipped short, I've been keeping an eye on the 8 hour too as well, because I felt that this was going to be a nice potential for us to stay maybe in a short possibly as well, because our money flow is still moving to the downside here, putting in a lower high, as you can see. So this might be a good indication that this death cross could potentially send us back down a little bit lower, but we'll just have to wait and see what's going to happen. 12 hour. A lot of sideways movement here on our money flow too as well. Couldn't quite get that bullish cross, not enough momentum to get us up there and above that 7.5K area, so we got rejected by our 100 EMA, as y'all can see. So kind of just looking at this, it looks like the bulls kind of lost momentum here to even send us back down below our other 13 EMA there, as y'all can see. And then money flow on our 12 hours just kind of sending us out to the side, but it does look like we want to put in a green dot here pretty soon. So if we put in the green dot, will that get us above our key EMA here at about 6,900? That's a possibility. But we'll have to wait to see how that kind of plays out, or maybe we just kind of float around that 6,900 area and see what happens from there. So right now, a lot of our lower time frames are kind of telling us that we are hitting some resistance, and I felt that our resistance was going to be at about the 6850 area because of our key EMAs here. So it looks like that has been a pretty good target area for us to hold some resistance possibly. Whether or not we have the momentum or volume to push us through some of those key areas will be determined probably later on within the next couple of days. But still seeing a lot of resistance up ahead for us, as we can tell. So maybe once we put in this green dot, we could come back up a little bit, maybe retest that EMA, or get maybe just a wick above it possibly. And this was that nice wick here to that 7,200 area, retesting that 100 EMA. So our 100 EMA is about 7,100. So I mean, if the bulls do come through and maybe give us another wick to the top side, 7,100 might be another key area to look for, and to possibly retest that trend line resistance too. So we just need to be aware of that. As we move into our 21 hour, nothing really changed there. Let's go into our daily. We do have our daily sell signal that has signal for us. I don't think I have any of these. Yeah, other than that, I don't really have much going on there. Okay, so then our daily still kind of looking a little wonky right now, just with our blue wave also making its way back to the downside here. And our VWAP is kind of moving up just a tad bit, has a little zigzag action here, but then our money flow is still streaming downwards right now, as you can see. And then we'll finish it off with some of our higher time frames for y'all today. Let's go ahead and turn this off. If y'all are wanting to upgrade your plan for TradingView, you can use the links in the description box below. I've also shown you how to get 50 to 60% off through my Patreon page as well. There's a private video in there. I can show y'all how to get a really good deal when it comes to TradingView. So check that out if you are a Patreon member as well. But if you're running Market Cipher, the Market Cipher indicator, then I would at least want you to have the Pro Plus plan. That's just a all-around good plan. It allows you to have a few more indicators on the screens besides just your 3 indicators that you can normally have. And then also what I've given my Patreon members is the 3 commas bot that I've been programming. So I've given them the signals that I've been demonstrating with my bot on 3 commas. And right now there is a way that I programmed the channel on Discord to signal them whenever my bot goes short or whenever my bot goes long. So if y'all are interested in how to set up a bot, y'all can check out 3 commas in the links in the description box, and it'll help you trade a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and click my Brave browser ad. And then if you just want to buy and hodl, you can buy a Ledger Nano X or S. Right now, Ledger is doing a free giveaway of a Ledger Nano S whenever you buy a Ledger Nano X. So be sure to check that out. Links in the description box. And then if y'all want to get signed up for Bybit and learn how to trade on Bybit, I would highly recommend that y'all check out the testnet at least when you get signed up. Over here, ask support how to access the testnet and get familiar with the platform. You know, I'm okay with teaching newer traders how to trade, but at the same time, I would at least want you to be familiar with the platform too as well. So you can say here on our 2-day, also on our 1 day, currently still trending below one of our key EMAs there too as well. And then as we move into our 2-day, it does look like we are wanting to fall below support of our key EMA here. So then that will be nice resistance for us at about 6,800. So really struggling with that 6,800, 6,900 area, as y'all can see. So that'll be some fighting resistance for us with the bulls and bears there too. And then as we move into our 3-day time frame, no sell signal yet on our 2-day or our 3-day just yet, but we'll see what happens in the near-term future. We can still see that our money flow is still nicely moving to the top side here, and we've already been in the green area on our 2-day as well. We're just going to have to see whether or not we come back down and maybe move into that red money flow, and then our next leg up is our big next leg up. So that'll be yet to be determined. But I would imagine since we had this death cross, we're probably going to consolidate down here just a little bit longer and struggle probably to get back up above one of our key EMAs here. And then our 3-day, also money flow starting to move to the upside, but giving us some nice resistance with our VWAP also moving down to the bottom too, giving us some resistance at that 0 pivot with our money flow as well. And then as we move into our 5-day, you can see that we're getting some rejection by our key EMAs after that death cross there too as well. Just kind of want to take a look at these. Yeah, so there's still a lot of overhead resistance for us, especially at these key EMAs here. So I wouldn't be too bullish, but yet not too bearish, because some of our, like our 2-day and 3-day are still kind of telling us that, hey, like, we're going to try and push through these EMAs. We just don't know when it's going to happen just yet. But, our lower time frames are also giving us those death crosses, as y'all can see, and creating even more resistance for us too as well. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting times to see what's going to happen here. But I hope that y'all stay tuned, and I hope that y'all stick around. Other than that, I'll go ahead and finish signing out really quick. Like I was clicking the Brave browser ads earlier, Brave browser is just an easy way to earn some passive income. It allows you to click on ads that are curated by Brave, and you get paid out in BAT token later on. It's a super lightweight browser. It's made by the same people that made Mozilla Firefox, and I get paid out in BAT token every single month by clicking those ads down in the bottom right hand corner. So check that out. CryptoTab browser is an easy way to start mining Bitcoin straight from your web browser. I have it running on 2 other laptop computers that I don't really use anymore, and it's just an easy way to earn some passive income and have these running in the background too. So you can actually download the app on your phone and your tablet and just start mining Bitcoin straight from there too, without the whole hassle of setting up ASIC miners and ANT miners too, right? And so then we have the Crypto Takeover Instagram and the Twitter page. Y'all can follow me on there. Feel free to message me on any of those platforms. More or less, I'll respond to people through Discord the fastest. So check out that. And then also don't forget the April special going on to become a member for 35% off for the month of April. So go ahead and get your locked in price now and start trading with us and get access to all of those fun private videos that we have too. I did want to take a look here at our 2-week and maybe monthly time frame. Let's take a look at our 21-day. Okay. Interesting. So, yeah, we're going to have some interesting times. It's pretty choppy waters right now. So, like I said, don't be too bullish or bearish right now. But we are going to try and make some moves here on some of our lower time frames and see what we can do. So with that being said, y'all, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and y'all can be updated every day that I make a Bitcoin video. And I'll see y'all on the next one. CTO signing out.